Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. And welcome back to Booze on the Rocks. My name is David Edwards, and today we are going to use these to make the classic Caesar. But first, this. Let's get into the history of the Caesar. The original comes from 1953 at the Polonaise nightclub in Manhattan called the Smirnoff Smiler. In 1959, the creator of the Addams Family, Charles Addams, who worked for the New Yorker magazine, created the Gravel Gertie by adding clam, tomato juice with lime and Tabasco. And in 1962, Carl LaMarca changed the original Smirnoff Smiler by adding some lime juice and basil as a garnish. In 1968, the president of Seagram's, Victor Fischel, and the Motts Clamato marketeer created what they call the Clam Digger, a tomato clam vodka drink. But in 1969, at the Calgary Inn, Walter Schell created the Caesar to celebrate the opening of Marco's Italian restaurant. The drink is uniquely Canadian. Some people consider it a Canadian Bloody Mary. I think it's better. Recently in Collingwood, the 1858 Caesar bar opened up with huge popularity. It's become so popular that they've expanded now. Let's get into the Caesar. But first, I want to give a special shout out and a thank you to Crystal Head Vodka. They kindly donated a bottle of this vodka to us so that we could actually film this episode. But they are not sponsoring this episode nor this channel in any way. So for the purpose of clarity, I needed to let you know that. But look at this. This is absolutely awesome. It's good vodka too. The Crystal Head Vodka is the brainchild of Dan Aykroyd, a famous Canadian actor and comedian, and John Alexander, an artist. They actually brew this out on the East Coast. So thank you very much, Crystal Head Vodka. So the first thing we need is a rocks glass. I then need a lime. So I'm just going to cut this lime like so, and I'm going to rim the glass. And I'm not putting a lot on there, but I'm just rimming the glass a little bit. And the reason for that is I need something for the celery salt to stick to. So I've just got some basic celery salt here. You can use whichever brand that you want. And this is just gives us a little bit of a salty celery flavoring to the rim of our glass, which is pretty awesome. And we want just enough to coat around the edge of the glass. We don't want to have a thick coating because we don't want too much salt. Okay. Now we want a couple chunks of ice in here. Absolutely gorgeous. And we need an ounce of, just drying my hands off, an ounce and a half or 45 mils of vodka. And we're going to use, of course, Crystal Head Vodka here. Did you hear that? Hear that awesome cork action? Let's see if we can do that again. That's pretty cool. Okay, and I said an ounce and a half, 45 mils. Okay. And now we need 2 dashes of a hot sauce. In this case, you can use Tabasco sauce, but I'm using Frank's Red Hot because if you watch the commercials, as they say, you put that shit on everything. Okay. Now I'm going to use Liam Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. You can call it Worcestershire sauce or Worcestershire sauce, you know, whatever you actually pronounce it, or if you can pronounce it or not. And you need 4 dashes. Okay. Now we also need 4 to 6 ounces of Clamato juice. This is Motts Clamato Juice. This is their original tomato Clamato juice. It's quite good, a little bit salty as well. So one of the reasons you don't want a lot of salt in there. And you need 4 to 6 ounces. When I say 4 to 6 ounces, 4 ounces is about 120 mils. And again, depending on the size of your glass and how much you actually want to drink. And again, it's all completely dependent upon your taste. And taste is completely subjective. It's important that we understand that. So what one person likes, another person may not like. Okay, and I'm going to go with just 4 ounces today. Move this out of the way. Now, the recipe also calls for a pinch of ground pepper. Now you can do this with a pepper grinder if you want, or just a pinch of powdered pepper, okay? And again, to taste, I like spicy food, so this works perfect for me. Okay, now to garnish this, we need two things. We need a celery stalk. Make sure you always wash your garnishes, okay? It's very important. So put that there. Looks pretty nice. A little bit bigger than I probably need. And I need, or want, a lime wedge. Again, how you garnish your drink, totally dependent on you. So I'm gonna put a little slice in here, just to be able to give me my Caesar. Okay, let's see how it tastes. Smells good. You get the smell of tomato, a little bit of the pepper, a little bit of the salt. You don't smell the vodka at all. The spice kind of comes up a little bit at you. Oh, that's really good. This is an A-list drink for me. Little bit of spice comes through. Could maybe deal with maybe another splash or two of this. The celery salt is nice, gives you that nice little salt taste. This is a really good drink. But you know what? I've got this garnish in here. Let's give it a squeeze, because David's a barbarian, right? We'll stir it with this, because handy providing cocktail spoon right there, okay? Let's give it another sip. Definitely changes the taste. The citrus brings a little bit more bite of the hot sauce out. You can taste a little bit of the lime, but not much, because it's still covered up a lot by the Motts Clamato sauce. It's quite good. I'm still very, very happy with this. It's still an A-list drink, even with a little bit of the lime juice. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below for me. I'm going to put the ingredients down below in the description. And if you're new to this channel, like and subscribe. And definitely hit the bell notification so you can get more notifications whenever I post new content. But if you don't like this video, hit the thumbs down button twice. And we'll see you next time.